I want to quickly review Grasshopper. I want to look at the features, the pros and cons, the pricing, everything. So here's a presentation I want you to pay attention to. So when you think about Grasshopper, what should you be thinking about? Well, Grasshopper is a virtual phone service that provides businesses with at least one phone number and a simple but professional phone system set up for their companies and their operations overall. So using your existing cellular service provider, voice over internet protocol, VoIP and Wi-Fi, Grasshopper makes it very easy to receive and send calls from almost any location. And its tools are easy to use, and the service is a good starting place for very small teams on a budget. You got to be on a budget. So that's what it is. And the company was started in 2003. And so the brand is currently owned by GoTo. The company's model focuses on a combination of affordability and helping smaller companies operate more professionally by really avoiding the use of their private contact information. Because when you go with a VoIP phone service, you want to really avoid using your private contact information. So, and the private contact information is really important, especially for startups. Okay, and so Grasshopper actually has 3 plans available. I'll speak about pricing later on, but I just want to quickly give you a clear idea about the service. So you have solo, partner, and small business, and we are talking about pricing that starts at around 28 to 30 bucks per month when billed annually. And so when you actually go with Grasshopper, you can enjoy business calling and texting. This is really cool. You have vanity, local, or toll-free phone numbers. You have call forwarding and transfers. You have extensions, virtual faxes, simultaneous call handling. You have incoming call control. That's really important to really keep in mind. You have voicemail and voicemail transcriptions, customized greetings, detailed call reports, instant response to missed calls. So that's really good. So Grasshopper really also allows you to add as many users to your account as you need. It doesn't charge you an additional fee for this service. You can also add additional phone numbers for 10 to 15 bucks per month. And please note that Grasshopper is heavily focused on providing phone-based contact options. And so because of this, it doesn't have video conferencing capabilities as of yet. It also notably lacks direct third-party integration options. This is really important. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. So I want to share with you our assessment of a Grasshopper as a VoIP communication service. And I want to talk about the pros and cons so you have a clear idea. You know, the whole idea here is to conduct business virtually. And so when we talk about Grasshopper, you have to really understand the pros. You have a tool that's very easy to set up and use. You have a free 7-day trial. So we love that a lot in terms of capability and flexibility. You also have affordable plan options for smaller businesses, but also micro businesses. That's really good. And in some cases, we've seen situations where Grasshopper was able to adapt to solopreneurs. That's really important. And you have a tool that provides professional contact option to avoid sharing private numbers or details. So this is really cool in terms of flexibility also. We also love the fact that you have instant response features that help you automatically reach out to any clients whose calls you may have missed. Okay, so we're speaking about we're speaking about speed, but also flexibility. So those are the pros that we thought were prominent when it comes to Grasshopper. What about the cons here? Right now, there are no video conferencing tools. Now we have reached out to Grasshopper, and based on the companies still want to be seen as a voice sort of software platform, not as a video software platform. So right now, there are no video conferencing tools. If you want a player with the video conferencing tools, you're going to have to reach out to maybe Zoom or other players. Right now, the tool lacks the ability to send internet faxes. So if your team needs to have internet faxes, you're now having that through Grasshopper. There are no direct third-party app integrations. This is a bummer because a lot of businesses thrive on third-party app integrations, especially if you have let's say many apps in your existing tech stack, and you have constant ads and upsell efforts. This is something that Grasshopper must stop doing because they are really upselling too much, and this is just crazy. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Grasshopper, and the question is this tool really worth it or what? I want to talk about the specs. So when we think about Grasshopper, you really need to understand that this platform relies on your existing cellular service provider to send and receive calls. So if you are in a location with poor reception, you can switch to VoIP or Wi-Fi calling. So after signing up for your desired service plan, you'll get a new business phone number for your business. You can choose between a local, vanity, or a toll-free number. It's totally up to you. You can also choose to port an existing phone number. Upon plan selection and sign up, what happens here is that you would then download the app and begin using Grasshopper. So the question is, well, if you want to see whether Grasshopper is right for you or your business, it really depends on your ongoing communication and collaboration needs. Smaller businesses are likely to get the most out of Grasshopper. So Grasshopper, in our view, is great for very small businesses. We're speaking about micro businesses. So Grasshopper's service plans are geared towards sole proprietors, partners, and small businesses with a few team members. And Grasshopper is also great for separating professional and private contacts. It's a tool that's designed for small business owners who don't have the budget or equipment for a complex phone system. If you want to avoid missed calls, you will love also this tool because the instant response tool automatically reaches out to customers whenever you miss their calls. And Grasshopper is also great for testing features without paying. So the company allows you to test features free for a week before paying, for 1 week to 2 weeks. We do not recommend Grasshopper for video conferencing. I think I've said this before because right now the tool lacks video meeting tools. And also we do not recommend Grasshopper for e-faxing. Grasshopper lets you receive text messages. However, you cannot send any out. So long story short, when you think about Grasshopper, I want you to think about a tool that focuses primarily on helping small business owners avoid giving out their personal contact information. You may port an existing phone number or get a brand new local, vanity, or toll-free number, as I said a little earlier. And though Grasshopper provides 3 plans ranging from a sole professional to a small business, we think overall that Grasshopper works best for small businesses ranging from a single person to a team of several people, okay? And what really sets Grasshopper apart is that it really continues to focus on providing phone and messaging services primarily. It has not launched, video tools or moved to become a kind of central communication hub for businesses. While that may work for for some companies, there are very small businesses that do not need or want such a complex set of services. So that's what it is. And we also love the fact that Grasshopper is really maintaining its simplicity. We love the sense of simplicity here, and that's really cool. Let's talk about the features here. So when you think about Grasshopper, I want to first talk about the ease of use. So basically the interface is very simple and easy to navigate. Everything you need to make calls or send messages is readily identifiable, whether using the desktop software or the mobile app. And because Grasshopper only focuses on sending and receiving calls, there is nothing to learn or set up regarding video tools or software integration. So that's really good. So what you get is really an uncomplicated phone communication service that you should be able to set up and begin using immediately. So that's really good. So Grasshopper's software lets you make and receive calls through a desktop or mobile device. And so the ease of use is really great. Hardware is just fantastic also because you have nothing to purchase really. There is no hardware to purchase with Grasshopper. Another point that it makes it a very cost-effective solution for many smaller businesses. Though the software is primarily designed for desktop and mobile devices, you can forward calls to landline systems. Grasshopper states that it may not be the best solution for businesses that intend to spend heavily on equipment. Instead, Grasshopper is best for those in need of software instead of hardware. And speaking of software, because you install Grasshopper's apps, you must have an active account. Afterwards, you can download the software to a desktop or mobile device and begin using it fairly quickly. And Grasshopper works with the Windows and Mac operating systems and iOS and Android devices. So you need to check the system requirements to ensure optimal compatibility. What about uptime? Well, because Grasshopper's service primarily works off of your existing phone service, its uptime will likely be impacted by your phone company's service level agreement. If, for example, your phone company has an SLA with a standard uptime of 99.99%, it is reasonable to expect the uptime to be likewise affected also. Now, that said, should your service provider experience downtime, the app's VoIP and Wi-Fi capabilities provide helpful alternatives for avoiding disruptions and reception issues. So that's really an important thing to think about. What about security? Well, Grasshopper's parent company, GoTo, employs a series of common security measures across all of its products and services, such as you have data encryption and you have testing for common issues using third-party auditors. Current security audits include SOC 2 Type 2, BSI C5, SOC 3, and ISO 27001. In terms of third-party integrations, this is where we were a little bit disappointed because Grasshopper doesn't have any direct third-party integrations. However, third-party applications may still be able to make use of the app's data. Specifically, popular marketing and CRM tools such as HubSpot, Marketo, and Salesforce may be able to make use of data gathered from Grasshopper's call tracking feature. So if you want a wider range of integration capabilities, this software may not be the best fit. Plus, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Grasshopper, and is this voice tool really worth it or what? I want to talk to you about the pricing here. So when we think about Grasshopper, what kind of pricing should you think about? Well, you can see on the screen where we talk about you have the True Solo, the Solo Plus, and the Small Business. That's why I was just telling you a little earlier that you have a truly small business focus, okay? And you can try Grasshopper free for 7 days and no credit card required. This is really cool. There is no free account, that's for sure, but you have the Solo Plus, the partner, the True Solo, Solo Plus, and the Small Business. In the past, they used to call True Solo. I mean, in the past, they used to call True Solo, and they used to call Partner Solo Plus, but they've since changed that. But what I want to say here is that the Solo, as the name states, the True Solo is a tier designed with a solo proprietor in mind, particularly those who operate a small side gig but would like a professional contact setup instead of relying on sharing their private phone number. Customers at this level receive a business phone number and up to 3 extensions. You can receive PDFs or fax messages by email, but Grasshopper does not allow you to send internet faxes. For the Solo, you have similar features to True Solo, but provides 3 business phone numbers and up to 6 extensions. A single-member business team might prefer a partner. Because it is aimed at partnerships of very small business teams. However, as most of Grasshopper's features are available, a very small team could get away with using Solo and True Solo and not upgrading to the small business. So really, and because there are no major incentives aside from a couple of extra extensions to move up a service tier. What about small business? Well, the small business now it's been called it's still being called a small business. What I want to say is that small business has everything that Solo and True Solo has. Plus, you get up to 5 numbers for your business. Additionally, small business plan users get access to an unlimited number of extensions. That's really cool. And this aside, there are not too many additional features or benefits to upgrading to this service tiers. The bottom line here is what you have to see what really works for you, what kind of tools you need for your business, and you got to see what kind of solutions you're looking for. That's really important. Let me give you the extras you need to really pay attention to as you think about Grasshopper. Let's talk about customer service and support. And Grasshopper has multiple customer service options, though finding the correct contact number might not be easy. And you have a contact us link, and they want you to really reach out to customer service through the website. You need to fill out the information that the required information, and you'll receive a relevant support number for your case. You can also choose to skip this step and call the toll-free support phone number. There is 24/7 support for English, Spanish, and Portuguese speaking customers, while support is available for French, German, and Italian customers between 8:30 and 5 p.m., 8:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. UTC. Okay, so that's really an important element. Now, in terms of additional features, well, what we love about Grasshoppers is that they have a feature called the Instant Response Tool. So this is really cool because if you were away from your phone and computer and missed a call of a potential customer, the Instant Response feature automatically sends a text message to the caller. You can customize the auto text message, making it easy to notify the caller of a better contact method or of when they can expect to hear from you. So this is really great because what makes this feature great, especially for a small business team just getting started, is that it helps maintain a professional connection with an existing or potential customer. So what would otherwise be a missed sale or opportunity might be saved thanks to the ability to automatically react to every missed call. When we talk about Grasshopper, I mean, in case you don't like this tool, you have other players that you can really avail yourself of. You have MagiJack for business. You have a Ring Central. You also have Dialpad. So when we talk about MagiJack for business, you really need to understand that Grasshopper and MagiJack for business are similar in that their companies focus on providing you with an affordable business phone service option. With a starting price of $9.99 per month per line, MagiJack is potentially more affordable. Additionally, MagiJack for business provides hardware with VoIP phones starting at $54 to $75 each. Each service has an auto attendant feature, but Grasshopper has an add-on that works with live support, adding a bit more of a professional touch to your phone system setup. And Grasshopper and MagiJack for business allow you to receive faxes, but MagiJack also lets you send them. So for a small business seeking a standard phone service at a very affordable price, we think MagiJack for business is the better choice, especially if you anticipate purchasing VoIP phones. What about Grasshopper versus Ring Central? Well, Grasshopper is a much simpler communication option than Ring Central, and yet Ring Central has a lower starting price of $20 per user per month with an annual subscription. So when comparing features and functionality, you will see that the Ring Central is a greater value for the money spent. For instance, though Grasshopper's call quality is decent, Ring Central's video and audio were of a much higher quality. So a very small business that doesn't need hardware or an extensive array of features will prefer actually the simplicity of Grasshopper in our view. However, small to medium businesses that want a more advanced communication service for their company should go to Ring Central. You also have Grasshopper versus Dialpad. So Dialpad is a much more complete business communication service than Grasshopper for nearly half the starting price with a single line. That said, Dialpad charges per user. With Grasshopper, you can add as many users as you want to your service plan at no additional cost. And unlike Grasshopper, Dialpad's standard plan offers unlimited domestic calling and SMS, unlimited video meetings, X-Fax, and multi-level auto attendant features. While third-party integrations are not available for standard plan users, Dialpad does provide dozens of integrations once you upgrade. So that's really good. So we think that Dialpad in that sense is better suited for small to medium-sized companies that are more established and need additional communication support for their business. By comparison, Grasshopper's simplicity will be more suited to sole proprietorships and very small teams that are just starting out and need assistance with establishing a professional method of communication. So big question is Grasshopper really worth it? Well, we think that Grasshopper works very well for receiving and sending calls, though the audio wasn't clear and there was a slightly fuzzy quality. Callers could be understood without difficulty. Likewise, we also love the fact that the interface was simple and easy to navigate. There was enough similarity between the desktop and mobile apps to find whichever tools you need, whether it's to make a call or send messages. So if a professional or business doesn't have much experience with setting up their own phone system, Grasshopper is a great place to start. You can quickly set up your own hold music or custom greetings. That's really good. Now, it may not have the video meeting tools or third-party integrations or other phone service providers have. However, as purely a communication tool for ensuring ease of receiving and sending calls and messages, Grasshopper, we think, is a great option for very small teams and bootstrap startups. It's also a smart option for individuals seeking to keep their personal contact information private while remaining accessible to clients. So that's really cool. So long story short, we also love the fact that you have a 2 week, 1 to 2 week free trial. So that's really cool to sort of test out the products and see if you like it or not. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let's quickly, this was a Grasshopper review. So let me do a recap here. I gave you the presentation, the assessment, our specs, the features, the pricing, the extras, the alternatives, and whether this tool was worth it. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.